Hello, let me introduce you to a new radio from Zartek, the ZA720. This radio is a semi-professional, license-free radio, ideal for general use, security, outdoors, warehouses, factories, everyday usage. It is a simple to use radio and very convenient. The radio comes in a single box with one radio, user's manual, a radio. It has an aluminium chassis, which is great, making it quite durable. If it falls, it can handle impacts. The casing is fairly strong. Here's the battery pack. To insert the battery pack, line up the holes and clip it down. To release it, lift up the latch. It has a detachable antenna, quite a strong rubber antenna. The detachable antenna also gives flexibility to use an external antenna to give more distance, say inside a vehicle or as a base radio. By putting on a bigger, better antenna, you can get better reception. There's a belt clip. It slides onto the battery pack. And a desktop cradle. Plugs in. So either slot in the radio to charge or the battery by itself. Also comes with a wrist strap. The ZA720 radio has quite a few features. For example, heavy duty casing, a rubber PTT button, desktop charger. It also has a USB charging input. That's a standard micro USB for charging, which is very common and a great way of charging up the radio if you don't have your desktop cradle or you want to charge it inside a vehicle. There's a standard way of charging. And the double pin jack is to connect for a programming cable or for a headset, like a PTT headset or a Vox, a voice activation headset. Look on the side of the box. It gives a list of the optional accessories, the different earphones, and the programming cable, a 2-pin programming cable to adjust various settings. The radio comes pre-programmed with 16 channels. To turn on the radio, first use the right knob and turn it, and that's also the volume knob.
Open the radio 1.
And the second knob is the channel knob. There's 16 pre-programmed channels.
2, 3, 16, 11, 1.
So to connect radios, just select the same channel.
Open the radio 1.
And press the PTT button. and talk into the microphone.
1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 testing 1 2 1 2.
As you can hear, volume is fairly loud and pretty clear. At the back of the box and inside the manual is a list of the pre-programmed channels. For instance, channel 1 is on frequency 1. Frequency 1 is, that's the 446 megahertz band, and the tone is tone 10. So when linking to other radios, check the table so you can set the right channel so you can speak to each other. If you want more privacy or set other features, then the PC programming cable via USB can give access to a programming software, a similar kind of table on a computer screen, which you can then adjust the different frequencies and the different subtones for more privacy to avoid interference from other users in the area. Volume and clarity on these radios are fairly good. Range between radios will very much depend on the terrain. Indoors, looking at about 600 meters to 1.2 kilometers. That's because of all the obstructions in the way, like walls and buildings and trees, reduce the signal. As you go outdoors, so there's less obstructions, signal will travel better, and 2 to 6 kilometers is quite possible on a flat terrain. As you start getting elevation and better line of sight, clearer view, so signal will improve from 10 even to 30 kilometers on top of a slope or top of a mountain with really good line of sight view. The detachable antenna also gives flexibility for using an external antenna inside a vehicle or inside a house to get better reception if the antenna is placed outside, higher up. The side buttons, there's a main PTT button. It's a rubber button, really nice for pressing. Feels quite good and solid. And there's a side monitor button. If you press it, then it monitors the frequency. And it will allow through all activity on that frequency. There are some built-in features, some manual features on the radio. For instance, you can switch on the voice activation manually. Vox on and off. You set the channel to 1 to 5.
2, 1.
Then turn off the radio. Press the two side buttons together and turn on the radio.
Vox on.
Now Vox,
Open the radio 1.
now Vox is on. To demonstrate this,
2,
change the channel.
2.
Testing, testing, 1 2. Testing, 1 2, 1 2 3, and the signal came through on the other radio. Testing, 1 2 1 2, without pressing any buttons. To turn it off again, do the same thing. Press the two side buttons,
Vox off.
and
Open the radio.
now it's back to normal on pressing PTT to talk instead of hands-free. A voice activation, you can connect a headset and then just speak into the microphone on the headset and the voice will go through without pressing any buttons. It's voice activation. The other manual setting is the scanning. To scan all the 16 channels, set the channel on channel 16. and turn off the radio, press in the 2 buttons and turn on the radio.
Off. Open the radio. 60.
It comes preset on.
On. Open the radio. 60.
Scanning is on. The channel has to be on 16 to scan, and it's flashing there showing that it's scanning all the channels. Let's demonstrate this. Let's choose a random channel.
3.
Let's choose channel 3 and transmit. Okay, and channel 3 is coming through. 1, 2. That's the scanning setting. You can turn the scanning off again by pressing the 2 buttons and turning it on.
Open the radio. 60.
16. So quite a few nice features built into the radio. All in all, this is a great radio for everyday usage. Quite a simple radio, not many features on it. The main benefits of this radio is it's a low cost radio, very easy to use and great for everyday usage. It has nice features like the desktop cradle charger, as well as the USB charging input. Quite heavy duty with the aluminium chassis, and also a nice size and feels good in the hand. All in all, a great radio for all-round use.